Cause I got my friends. They laugh when I'm not that funny. Don't try to make me be somebody.
AI is a hell of a thing, isn't it? So the Twilight Saga parody, as Grifty Blows likes to call it, rolls along, and I'll get you guys kind of caught up on the Ken and Ryan, if they're going to really box or not thing. They're not, y'all. Spoiler alert. While Gypsy's still shoving her hand straight up Ken's ass, playing the ventriloquist dummy act. So let's watch.
Here's my new challenge. My new challenge for you, Ryan, is this. Go live one time without mentioning my name or mentioning Gypsy's name once. Let's see if you can do that. You know, like, it's been over a year. It's time for you to just move on with your life.
I believe he has moved on and found a girl. That's just what I've, kind of seen on the TikTok streets. But Ken, honestly, you stole his wife very publicly, and you guys do cross the line and talk about him all the time as well. So it's like a kind of a both of y'all need to shut the fuck up about each other or make out, whichever, but get it over with. We're sick of the anticipation of whether you two are just going to get together and leave Gypsy all by herself. What's the plan?
And get off these coattails you keep riding. I'm only even doing this live to address your ridiculousness. You can, keep an audience off of different subjects and retain an audience that way, then it's a win-win. Good for you. Move on with yourself. But the fact that you always go live and it is inevitable that you mention me, you mention Gypsy, you talk your trash. Just find it hilarious that Ryan, of all people, is going to come on his live and point his finger at me and accuse me and call me a dopehead.
See how he keeps having to check over his shoulder to see if Gypsy's pissed or not? Because she's supposedly left that message that I posted in another video where she said that Ken slipped up and mentioned that she was walking around her house and that's why the windows were covered up and all this stuff, and she got pissed off. And she said, they don't know, they shouldn't have said that. So I think that she's got cue cards over there off camera, letting him know exactly what he is and is not supposed to say because he looks terrified.
Which I don't know. So, but I think that it's hilarious that out of all people, he's going to be the one that points his finger at me and accuses me and calls me out and calls me a dopehead when he himself is on a daily prescription substance medication.
Maybe not the right time to wipe your nose and sniff, Ken, right after you're trying to convince us all that you're not an avid skier.
So, and I'm not knocking anybody who's on that particular prescription. If it helps you turn your life around and it helps you stay sober or get off street drugs or whatever. I said the bad word. Then I'm all for it. Good for you.
But where do you or Gypsy get off judging Ryan for having an addiction when Gypsy outed you in those prison letters, and she's told people in, several different views how she's addicted or was addicted when she, jabbed her mom. So why are you guys on some pedestal you don't belong on? Quit judging people when you're in the same exact position. This is the clip that Ken's referring to, where Ryan's accusing him of partaking in some booger sugar. I wasn't there. I'm not for sure. He seemed gacked out to me. That whole live was fucking weird as hell. If anything, he vaped right next to his daughter because literally you can hear her right there. So that's not good. But this is what he's talking about, you guys, is this part.
Almost there.
I know. I give you the bottle. You don't want it. Okay, now you want it. I know.
Is there anything else I need to talk about?
He's got to check in with Goddess Gypsy real quick, make sure he didn't forget anything, and she's got to make sure that all those cue cards got read, because, Goddess Gypsy gets pissed if you don't give her 50 a week.
That's pretty much it. I got to watch my verbiage here. Well, that's obvious. That's obvious. I don't fear CPS. We're very cooperative with them. And no, I'm not going to show the letter that proves our case was closed because it has our address on it. So I'm not going to show that, and it's unnecessary.
Do you see how impulsive this woman is? This girl's like, show him the paperwork. So do you not even think things through before you? If this was your live, you would be showing all of that information, doxing yourself, and then you would cry because you've been doxed. But yet he's still terrified and saying what you want, and he's your little dummy. I'm so lost. The dynamic of your relationship is weird as fuck, y'all.
Another thing I want to talk about is Gypsy's new hobby, where
I couldn't help it. I'm a petty bitch. Y'all know this.
She makes artwork. This is a new hobby for her. She spends a lot of her time doing it. And she wanted to create an Etsy shop without her name attached to it and just put out paintings and see if anybody wants to, buy some. And unfortunately, it got outed what her page was. But, I think that it's crazy to attack her for that, for just having a little side hustle and a little hobby. Like, let her have her thing. I don't know why this is a big deal to people. And, yeah, just leave the girl alone. Like, let her just live her life. I don't understand why the constant attacks. So anyway.
Ken, do you even know what you said wrong? Let her live her life, right? Well, did she let Dee Dee live her life? Is Nick living his? No. The punishment did not fit the crime. And there's just no getting through to brainwash people, I guess. I don't know if she does do gypsy curses on people, but holy shit. You guys, the comments, the comments about her Gypsy Blows page is giving me life. I can't love these comments enough. They're pretty good. So if you guys need to slow down to read or pause to read, they're pretty funny. Of course, she's turned off all comments now.
Hold on. With that, I'm going to leave on this. All right, this is the last thing I'm going to do before I leave.
That's mature. Way to be, Ken. Wow. Anyway, this is a news article that I have found talking about a drawing that Gypsy did from prison. I found it interesting. Let me know what y'all think.
Her depiction of the murder. Can you just give me about 20 seconds on that?
Yeah, so this was a picture that she drew during her Impact of Crime on Victims class, really asking these inmates to reflect on what they did and how it affected others. And if you look closely at it, you can see some symbolism in there. Inside the picture frame, that's the home that Habitat for Humanity built for them. That's her hand breaking the glass, signifying all the destruction that she and her family created on the world around them. If you really look closely at that hammer, Ashley, you could see the name Nicholas, because she recognizes that her co-conspirator Nick was just a tool that she used to, commit that crime. So it's really about taking accountability.
A tool she used for her crime and accountability. And, honestly, that's the closest I've ever seen her come to accountability. What happened to that, Gypsy? Where's that mindset? You're back to being an artist. Go, touch back into the side of you that has some sort of irrational thought about the fact that this is all your fault and you got away with schmurder. Anyway, y'all, here's another one of her art pieces from prison. It looks a lot like finger paints. Not real sure what's happening, what the fuck that is.
Hey everybody, welcome to my new art page. So I am the artist behind Blown Beauty Art.
Get over yourself. You're not J.K. Rowling, okay? You've not been writing under some pseudonym. This is not... They've outed my page. They know who the Blown Beauty is. Girl, get the fuck out of here.
And I'm excited to share with everybody my creations. I've loved to paint for a very long time. And I just started getting back into it, and so I'm excited to share my creations with everyone. Art is something that I think resonates with a lot of people, because with abstract art, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I've never been one of those girls that colored inside the lines type of person. So I'm excited to make something special for everyone. It gives me peace and it kind of centers me. And so this started as a hobby, and now I love doing it. And I would love to create pieces for people, to bring them joy and happiness. I think that, in life we go through things that, sometimes are really hard. And so if we can find one thing that brings us peace and centers us inside our soul, then it's worth doing and sharing. And so I am more than happy to share my passion with you guys, and I hope you like it. So thank you guys. Bye. Demise orders for this week.
Well, you might not be able to color within the lines, but you definitely figured out how to jab in between the ribs. It's wrong, guys. Anyway, way overpriced for this this mess of shit you got going on. I'm not going to pay that for your scribble time, your craft hour, whatever the fuck you're trying. Your grifting is getting out of hand now. Get a job. Gypsy, one of y'all going to have to work. WORK, work. Do the work. Anyway, everyone have a fabulous night. Bye.